Words can be life-changing. They certainly were for Youssouf Sissoko, the publishing director of the Malian newspaper L'Alternance, or The Alternating. This article accuses General Abdourahmane Tiani, the military leader of neighbouring Niger, of trying to distract people from his government's security failures. Tiani had blamed the attacks on the international airport in the capital Niamey back in January on France, the Ivory Coast and Benin without providing evidence. The Islamic State claimed responsibility. The article argues Tiani overlooked the threat posed by armed groups, which he pledged to remove when he seized power in 2023. It also accuses what he calls Tiani's military regime of economic suicide, citing the closure of borders with Benin. Niger is a landlocked country which relied on its neighbours' ports for trade. Sissoko was convicted last week of spreading false news, undermining the credibility of the state and insulting a foreign head of state. He was fined $1,700 and sentenced to 2 years in prison. This journalist would only speak anonymously for fear of reprisals.
It represents a setback for freedom of expression, which is already under severe strain in Mali, but we do not lose hope. There is still the possibility of appeal.
Rather than the press law, Sissoko was charged under Mali's cybercrime law, which allows journalists to be punished for criticising not just their own state, but others in the Sahel.
Which makes the situation even more complex. Had it been handled as a press-related matter, the sentence might not have been the same. I see this ruling as a strong message to all media actors, that things can go very far, so extreme caution is needed.
And this isn't just happening in Mali. In Niger and Burkina Faso, military-led governments are restricting freedom of expression by suspending independent media outlets and censoring and intimidating reporters. They're also targeting social media activists and influencers. In Burkina Faso, some journalists who criticise the military have been forcibly conscripted without training to fight against armed groups. With the widening crackdown on independent journalism, the International Press Institute is warning of an information blackout in the Sahel, which it says could have regional and global consequences. Imogen, Kimber, Al Jazeera.